Okay, everyone, I am going to draw this guy, and I've already established where the plumb line is for me, so it's going to be, I'm going to start on, I could do it on this side of his neck, but there's not that much information, so I'm going to do it on this side of his neck and go down, and it's going to hit right about at his left ankle. So I've already have that in my mind. I've already made that measurement. So how do I start? So start with head, neck, shoulders. So I'm looking for a simple head shape. And I may not get it, I'm not quite warmed up. I may not get it the first time I try, but I'm just going to do the best I can, get a head shape here. And you want to take just a minute or two here to, just make sure you get it. So you want to, get the angle of the head right? You want to get that eye line right, and, just get a sense of that head so that, because that's the beginning of your gesture. If you don't get that, it's kind of hard to, for me, it's hard for me to get going if I don't take a moment to really get that. So here's a simple head shape, right? So this is the point at which I am drawing a plumb line. So I've already figured out where it is on the reference, so I'm going to think of it down. And I can draw this if I want to, or not, but I'm thinking parallel to the side of my paper, down the page, absolutely vertical. So from there, where's the shoulders? So what's the angle of the shoulders? So the angle of the shoulders, right about like that, maybe a little more here. I'm going to bring this over, and it helps me to turn the corner. So rather than just a line, it helps me to turn the corner so I know where I am in space. I know where that body is. And again, you don't know when you're doing it whether it's right or not. You're just giving it your best guess. So if I look down the center of his body, it's a kind of curve like this for that macaroni idea. Now from here, once I've drawn this, I have to find the waist tips, right? Where are they? Are they over here? Where are they? This is where the plumb line helps me, because that plumb line is running through the body on my reference, and I know that it's running down, so it hits him right at the crotch, so it's coming right down there. So there's more to the right of that than there is to the left. So as I draw, I kind of know where I'm aiming. I know that his foot has to be here. I got to get the foot there, so I've got to get this stretch compression going in the body. So which side is compressing? This side's compressing, right? This side's stretching. And so I want, rather than get every little, innuendo of it, I really want to get that full sweep of it as I'm working it. And then on this side, same thing, I'm coming in, and I'm really thinking of the body. Now this macaroni idea goes all the way to the bottom of the hip, not to the waist, goes all the way to the bottom of the hip. So you're looking for the hip, and I know that the crotch here is coming right at this line. So I'm heading for that line with the crotch. I'm looking at the shape, the overall shape. I think that's about right. Where's the weighted leg? It's pretty clearly on his left leg. It's to our right, but it's this leg here. See how this leg over here is on his toe, right? He can't be carrying the weight on that. So he's moving this way. So in terms of the S curve, so this curve then becomes important because it's balancing out this leg. So then I'm going to draw down this leg. And I'm going to aim to get that heel right about here. One more. And then then this leg coming out here, how far out is it? Well, again, you would need to measure to find out how far that leg is out. And then you can also drop another plumb line. You can look at what distance is that leg, the knee, what distance is the knee from what you've already drawn. You have to compare it to what you've already drawn. I can look at this negative shape and kind of get the same shape going and think, well, I think it's about there. Where is this knee in relation to this knee, right? It's about the same, right? So parallel over, it's about the same. If I have that one in the right place, this one has to be up just a little bit from that one. And then down, and where's the toe in relation to this foot? Where's this toe in relation to this foot? I've got to get that down too. So in 5 minutes, I can establish the basic shapes for where I'm going. I can get, and if I can get all this in 5 minutes, I'm in good shape. I have established the head, neck, shoulders. I've got the torso going. I've got the weight here on the leg. I've got this relationship going here. I gotta get this out down a little more. But I've sort of got the pose going. From here, if I go into a 10-minute, and now I have time to, calculate these measurements. Where's the arm? And you get better and better at seeing it, but you still need to measure it. Even if you see it pretty well, you want to make sure that things are right. I have in my 10-minute, I can come back and I can refine things. I can look for what's the relationship of the nipples? They're sort of like that. And then where's the belly button? Sort of there. So getting these things in place, where's the hip line? I can get that. What do I want to emphasize? I think I want to emphasize something in here. So I'm going to give that a little more attention than maybe the kneecaps, or maybe the legs. I'm not so interested in legs, but I am interested in this S curve here. I'm interested in some of these forms, how they're coming in, and his head. Now, when I look at his head now, I'm thinking, well, it actually feels like it needs to be a little more forward. I think it actually is a little more, maybe a little more this way. So that's why you don't want to spend a lot of time when you initially put the head down, because you might have to change it. So you want to put it down simply so that if you have to come back and correct it, you haven't spent a lot of time initially doing it. You can move it and not feel like, well, I've spent so much time on it, I don't want to move it. So again, you come through, you do some more refinements. Don't be afraid to go across the form either. We're not just doing outlines. You're looking for a good, strong image, but we're not doing outlines. And then in the 10 minutes, I would come down and I would make sure I got this foot right. Make sure I have the shape of that right. Get this, the muscle right here. And I'm looking for these negative shapes too. See the negative shape in between here? Did I get that right? Is that right? Or did I miss that? So maybe if that shape is not the same as my reference, then maybe this is too far out. Maybe this isn't far enough in, so I have to make that judgment as I come back through. So in 10 minutes, you're making those adjustments. 20, you're really zeroing in on the area that you're interested in. What's the area? Without losing the gesture. So you see how as I start, I can easily lose this nice, strong stretch here and compression here, right? I've got my macaroni idea going like this, right? So I can easily lose that as I develop this, so I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose this nice sense of movement and this nice sense of compression in favor of a lot of information here. I want to make sure I keep this, so I'm working between these two, making sure that I keep the gesture and at the same time honor some of the anatomy that's going on here. So, so as I come through, I'm going to keep working it till I have both this and this going for me, and I'm maintaining the feel of the pose.